I mean, it's mind-boggling in its silliness, isn't it? I mean, I don't mean to decry your religions, or ridicule them, but I probably will. And please don't take it personally, because I genuinely love you, and I'm sure your religions are lovely and work perfectly for you. Now, when you look at the religions, I understand how they give people emotional comfort. But when you look at the philosophy of the religions, it boggles my mind why they work. You know? Completely boggles my mind. Because when you look at what they're actually teaching, it's sort of most of it, and the rest of it is rather sort of and you're wondering, like, how does this work in a modern techno, where you've got like 5 billion techno weenies in a society? How do you sell them this stuff? I mean, why would anybody buy all this wandering around in the desert in 5000 BC shit? But they do. Why? Because the religion, it doesn't matter what the religions teach. They can teach anything. It doesn't matter how many totally insane rules they come up with, okay? It doesn't matter how much they manipulate and control their members. All they have to do is grant people the illusion of the particle state. And that is what a lot of religions do. They grant their people the illusion of the particle state. Why? Because what they say, don't be lost in the hellfire of the hazy wave, cast into the oblivion of it all. Come over here, and you can be separate and special. You can be chosen. God will single you out for special treatment, and by the way, we will give you immortality. Guarantee, all you've got to do is follow the rules and give us 10%. And you say, is that all I got to do? Just show up on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever the holy day is, sit in a chair, sing a few hymns and airs, and God will give me immortality. And they say, yes. You are special. You are chosen. You are a particle. Come on a Saturday, and there'll be 100 others there, and you can all sit there and observe yourselves. You can observe the back of the bloke in the front of you. Watch him be a particle, and he can turn around and observe you to be a particle, and we can all observe each other being specially chosen and selected to be particles. And people buy it. And people buy it. And it doesn't matter if the philosophy is completely and absolutely ludicrous and doesn't mean a damn thing, as long as you give them the particle state. You know? And it boggles my mind. I mean, some of the religions that, well, particularly Christianity has a mixture of very interesting religions, but the one that I like the best is the Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, if you are a Jehovah's Witness, forgive me, but there's a part of your religion that really tickles my sense of humor. And it is part of the Jehovah's Witnesses' belief that Jesus is coming back for them. Nobody else, just them. We're special, okay, so here we are. And I don't know how many Jehovah's Witnesses there are, but there's 7 or 10 or 15 million, however many are. Let's say there's 10 million, okay? And Jesus is going to come back for them. The rest of the people, Jesus isn't going to bother about. And he's going to raise these characters up. I mean, literally, lift them off the ground. And they are going to float off with Jesus. Now, there's no explanation how this is going to be done. But obviously, once these Jehovah's Witnesses get up to around about 12, 14, 15, 16,000 feet, oxygen becomes a serious problem. At 30,000 feet, air pressure is extremely serious, okay? But let's just have faith, brothers, because we are particles, we are selected, and we're going to be flying off with Jesus. And let's pretend, or let us hope and pray, that Jesus has figured out all this oxygen and air pressure routine out, okay? At around about 100 miles, they're going to go into orbit. I mean, literally, go into orbit. It stands to reason. There's no other place they can go. So if they've survived the oxygen and they've survived the air pressure, they're going to be in orbit. Well, now, the effect on our planet of 10 million Jehovah's Witnesses going round and round every 90 minutes is going to be very impacting on the planetary group's soul. And you'll be sitting here in Century Grove, Nerang, Surfers, or whatever, and this bloody great dark cloud's going to come past. And people are going to say, what was that? And you're going to know, right? Because you've been to this seminar, right? And you're going to say, don't worry, mate. That's just for the Jehovah's Witnesses. They go around every 90 minutes. Have a beer, come back in 89 and a half minutes, and they'll be round again. Now, some of us, if you're not a charitable person, you might think that if Jesus comes for the Jehovah's Witnesses, that Jesus will be doing us all a hell of a favor. Because
all of that, putting on your pajamas and stuff, to knock on the door, to have this person in a polyester suit give you a magazine, is slightly irritating. So if Jesus takes them and all the magazines as well, the rest of us will at least be liberated from that chore. But anyway, that's what these people believe. Now, these people may have PhDs, MAs, BAs, BScs, they're intelligent people, they believe that. They believe that. And it doesn't matter that the idea is like scientifically slightly odd. They will eat the rules as long as they are chosen. It's the same with Catholics. Catholics are chosen. Jews are chosen. You know? Everybody's chosen. There's only a few religions that don't claim to be chosen. And of course, the Catholics, if you're chosen as a Catholic, it's all very well, but there are 1,722,000 rules. So you're chosen, but you're chosen to be in a bleeding straitjacket until Jesus shows up. And if you do Catholicism, my heart goes out to you. And my heart goes out to you because you certainly have signed up for one of the silliest religions in the world. Sweet, I love the singing, I love the churches, I love the prayers, but the rules, But then maybe you need rules to realize that you've got to be free. But if you're Catholic, you're stuck with rules, you're stuck with guilt and sin and all that stuff. And of course, Catholics are not allowed to masturbate. No way. That's one of the things that pisses Jesus off seriously, right? Anybody touching themselves up or giving themselves a hand, nah.